Dear viewers, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, The World of Least Explored Phenomena. In last series of lectures, you had seen a subject, details of a subject called parapsychology. Parapsychology is least explored because we know about parapsychology, we know about psychology, but we hardly know what parapsychology is. Psychology, as you know, is the study of human behavior when perception is through the known five senses, that is, seeing, tasting, smelling, hearing, and touching. But when you have perception without using these senses, the human behavior then comes under the purview of parapsychology. Parapsychology has as its component telepathy, that is mind to mind connection, clairvoyance or remote viewing, that is seeing through mind's eyes, precognition, that is seeing the future through mind's eyes, and psychokinesis, that is mind influencing the matter. Also, life after death also is studied under parapsychology. In last series of lectures, we have delved into the subject deeply and have understood all these phenomena and also have seen what research has so far been done and what could be the way forward for the future research. We had gone on a fantasy journey when the humans would have captured all the capabilities of parapsychological feats, that is telepathy, clairvoyance, remote viewing, psychokinesis, precognition, and also known about what happens after death. We had seen how the world scenario will be revolutionized, how the changes will happen in our day-to-day life when that science advances to that stage. Now that series of episodes concerned something paranormal. Now in this series we are taking up a subject which is normal and taken from our day-to-day life. This in this series we shall be talking about what happens when we enter into workplace arena. The workplace management is a subject which is again a very least explored field. We all graduate, postgraduate from the universities in different fields and enter into our work arena where we apply that knowledge. But how to excel in workplace? How to climb the ladders in the workplace? There are a lot of challenges which you face in the workplace, and if there is no hand holding or guiding hand, you really feel perplexed. You feel like a kid thrown into troubled waters and asked to swim. I had undergone all those phases and had come out successfully, learning the tricks how to excel in workplace, how to meet the workplace challenges. Through these series of videos, I am trying to share the learnings so that the budding managers and the budding entrepreneurs can learn from that, and these will provide them a holding hand to face the challenges successfully. In the first episode, we talked about a part of workplace management. Workplace management, as it stands, as it stands, has following. components. That is the learning transformational stages in one's life. Then we know we have also seen what is the meaning of workplace and what are the types of workplaces. And we have seen how people are to be managed because that is the most difficult component of the workplace management. Then managing communication at workplace. How do we manage conflicts? Because where people work, there is always a chance of conflict. And how to resolve those conflicts amicably so that organization does not suffer. Then as a leader, you have to do team making and team building. And finally, you have to manage and develop systems so that the company goes on for continual improvements. You have noticed that I have talked continual and not continuous. There is a difference. Continuous means that you climb and reach a stage of development, but there are no anchors there and you may slide down. It is something like going on a sledge, inclined sledge, where from the apex there are chances that you slide back to the original position. Whereas continual improvements have anchors built in the system. There you climb and you climb a stair, and through the stairs you go up. So as you reach a stage, upper stage, and are on a stair, there are no chance of sliding back. So we'll be talking about all that in our lecture, and we'll be seeing what all can be done to manage the workplace successfully and meet the workplace challenges. The most compelling challenge is the managing the people. People are not machines. People have emotions, they have their thinking process, and they have their own way of behavior, unlike machines. Machines go straight forward. As you press a button, you get a desired result. But there are no such buttons for managing people. So it is a very difficult task for a manager to manage people. A person, when is made to work in a way, the same action of yours may not prompt him to act in the same way because of his mental state. So we'll be talking about managing how do we manage people, and we will see how what are the important aspects of managing the people. We will look into the principles of managing people. In last episode, we talked about first principle, that is, you should practice what you preach. You must lead by example. We had given several examples of that, like Gandhiji preaching ahimsa. And second thing was you must be critically observant so that people respect you and they are motivated to follow your communications. Communication is another aspect which is very important in managing the people. If you are not communicating properly, you may not get the desired results. In the last episodes, I gave few examples where the communication had distorted and we did not get the desired result. In this particular episode, the episode is totally dedicated to effective communication. We'll be going deep into this because this is the most important principle of managing the people. If you excel in effective communication, half the battle is won. And after that, we'll be taking new episodes in which we'll be talking about good listening capability, firm courage of conviction. Whatever you stand for, you must have courage to defend it. You must be able to give shelter to your people, to protect them, and then only the people will be taking you as a leader. You must be able to resolve conflicts because conflicts arise wherever people work together. Then you should be fair and consistent in dealing with people. Then only people will be paying respect and must be maybe honoring you and respecting you and must be following you. A leader must have integrity. Without integrity and honesty being on his side, the people will not follow you. The most vital single thing, if I say, as the golden principle of managing the people is respect, self respect of others. You must treat others as you wish to be treated in a situation. Unless you are able to follow this principle, you may fail in meeting the challenges. Everybody wants to be treated in a proper way, and the self respect is most important. So you must respect the self-respect of others. Now I'll take the main topic, which is effective communication. Now in effective communication, we have seven C's, which are the golden rules for having ensuring that your communication is effective. Now these are conciseness. You must be brief. Use minimum words and give all the information. Clarity. Whatever you want to say must be very clear. Should not be having ambiguity or double meaning. You should have courtesy. You should be respectful to others, as I pointed out that everyone wants his self-respect to be honored. You should be considerate. You should be knowledgeable about the level of audience to whom you are communicating, and you should be considerate enough to reach their level, be on the same frequency. Your communication must be complete. You should not talk in fragments. If you hide half of the things, the consequences or the actions which come out will not be to your liking. And you should have correctness and concreteness. That is, you should support your communication with facts and figures. All these seven C's are the golden rules which we will be taking one by one. But first, I take you to one a funny video in which you will see how uh, these seven C's were missed and the communication became distorted and the person communicating could not get the desired result in first go. He had to make several attempts to get at what he wanted. Just watch this video.
Four candles.
Four candles. Here you are. Four candles.
No, four candles.
Well, there you are. Four candles.
No, four candles.
He is wanting to say four handles, but he said four handles. So the communication is distorted.
Four candles.
Four candles. Here you are. Four candles.
No, four candles.
Well, there you are. Four candles.
No, four candles. Handles for forks.
Four candles.
any plugs?
Plugs?
Yeah.
What kind of plugs?
A rubber one, bathroom.
What size?
13 amp.
Plugs?
Yeah.
What kind of plugs?
A rubber one, bathroom.
See, he is giving incomplete information
What size?
and he is not getting the desired result. He wanted a plug, a 13 ampere with an electrical item, but he is not conveying that in the first place.
It's electric plugs, electric bathroom plugs, you call them. The trade, electric bathroom. Right,
Saw tips.
saw tips. What do you want, ointment or something like that? What do you want?
No, saw tips, but covering the saws. Tips.
No, we haven't got any.
Oh.
Covered in, but we haven't got any.
Got any O's?
Hose?
O's.
Phonetic mistakes can be avoided if you give more explanation, which is not done.
No O's.
Hose? I thought you meant hose. Hose. You say hose, you think you say that. Hose, you meant hose.
No O's.
Hose? What a... Oh, you mean pantyhose? Pantyhose.
No, O's. O's for the gate. Mon repose. O's. Letter O's.
Simple thing was that he should have talked about the letter O's.
How many do you want?
2.
Two. What? Yeah, next.
Got any peas?
God's sake, why didn't you bleeding tell me that? I'm up the stairs already for that.
Actually, he wants
I'm up and down the shop.
peas, hints of peas, and he has understood as letter P.
Tell me when I'm planning things.
Again, incomplete information in the communication.
How many do you want?
No, tins of peas. 3 tins of peas.
You're having me on, aren't you? You're having me on. There we go. Right.
Pumps.
Pumps?
Pumps.
Hand pumps, foot pumps. Come on.
Foot pumps.
Foot pumps. Foot pumps. See your foot pumps. Tidy up, can you? I think so. There we go.
No, pumps for your feet. Brown pump, size 9.
You are having me on. You are definitely having me
He is
on.
not precise in
You are.
communicating.
Washers.
What, windscreen washers, car washers, dishwashers, floor washers, back scrubbers, lavatory cleaners, floor washers.
Half-inch washers.
Oh, tap washers, tap washers.
Yeah.
Look, I've had about enough of this. Give us that bit. Make it all myself down here. What's this? What's that?
So you saw that how the communication got garbled because it was not clear, concise, not having the facts and figures, very vague. So the communication was not two-way. Communication is a two-way process. The thing which you want to communicate should reach the other person in the same manner, same way, same position. If you speak something and the person gets something else, your work is not done. Now we take up the seven C's. The first of them is conciseness. What do we mean by a concise communication? Your communication must be in fewer words. You must give the whole information, but use the minimum words. That means it is concise communication. Say, for example, if you say, permit me to thank you profusely, you are using many words. You could simply say, thank you. Or if you say, we would be thankful if you could possibly dispatch to our mailing address 75 pieces of new aqua filters on receipt of this mail order with enclosed draft. You have tried to say many things, you are not concise, you are using so many things, so many words that the whole meaning is lost. The concise statement could be, please send at the above address 75 new aqua filters. The draft is enclosed which will cover the cost and transit charges. See how the difference between the two sentences. Conciseness means be to the point, stick to the point, give all information, but use minimum words. That is the meaning. Also, to make your communication concise, you must use simple words so that it registers in the mind of the receiver very quickly. For example, instead of saying ascertain, you could say find out. Instead of saying commence, you could say begin. Instead of saying constitute, you could say make up. Build could be said instead of saying fabricate. Like that. You should be very, very simple, use very simple words so that it registers quickly. Also, avoid vagueness. You could see in the funny video how the communication was communicated very vaguely and the shopkeeper was perplexed. Say, for example, if you make an open ended statement, it becomes vague and does not give the true meaning. If I say Maya is special, it is an open ended vague statement. Special means what? She could be your lover, so that's why she is special. Or she is a celebrity, that's why she is special. Or is she handicapped, so she is special. So these are the things which make your communication very, very concise. You make your communication and easy it is to register and get the desired result. I'll be taking you to another video which gives the true meaning of consignment. Here it goes.
Have you ever been in a situation where someone's telling a story and he goes on for so long you can't even remember what the story's about? Have you ever been in a meeting where someone gets a question and her response is so long-winded you have no idea what she just said? Rambling and making things too complicated can be the kiss of death in your social life and have serious consequences for your professional interactions. Listeners get confused, bored, and frustrated. Executives are constantly complaining, "My people can't get to the point." Are you one of those people? Why can't you be more concise? One reason is a lack of preparation and practice. You might know the subject like the back of your hand, but that doesn't mean you're ready to express it clearly and concisely out loud. That assumption is a common trap and a rookie mistake. Trying to cover too many details in a short period of time becomes confusing. Just because the details are important to you doesn't mean your listeners need to hear them. And they're useless if they obscure the main point. Finally, talking too fast can make it difficult to formulate clear, concise messages. You have less time to think clearly, so you substitute quantity for quality, and your listeners get lost in a blur of words. Here are some strategies for being more concise. Be prepared. Anyone can drone on for half an hour. It takes forethought to be brief and to the point. If you know you'll be speaking, make some notes. Consider what questions might be directed to you and how you would answer. It takes practice to communicate your expertise clearly and concisely. Consider your audience. What do they already know? What would be nice for them to know, but not critical? What do they absolutely need to know at this stage? Give them the essentials necessary for them to do their job effectively, without getting into needless detail. If they have questions, they will ask. Think before speaking. Take a breath. Consider the main point. State that point, and then elaborate if necessary. If you just open your mouth and start talking, you're bound to create confusion. Be
So we have seen now the meaning of conciseness, I think, has been made amply clear through this video where the person speaks how you can be concise and what steps, what precautions you should take in your communication. Next C is clarity. The clarity is very important because unless your communication is clear, the person does not receive the message, the same message as you wanted to convey. Clarity avoids misunderstanding. You get the exact same message relayed if you are clear in your communication. Clarity shows that you are thinking about your audience. You are not simply giving something which is not relevant to him. Clarity builds trust between the communicator and the receiver. Clarity is respectful. Clarity makes a lasting impression when a communication is delivered. Now, how do we communicate very clearly? Keep your audience before you start communicating. You must know your audience thoroughly before you start speaking. You have to go to that level of the receiver so that he is at the same frequency. It is important to think about who your audience is and what they need to know. What level of detail do they need? What background information do they need in order to understand your message? All these things are important to form a concise or clear message. Now, clarity is immensely important because unless you are clear in your message, your work is not done. We'll see about the clarity in next video. In the we will see the next step of communication, that is courtesy. Now, courtesy is giving respect to your your audience so that they are eager to talk to you. The meaning of courtesy is that it is more than just good manners. Courteous communication means acknowledging your audience by showing them respect, making eye contact, and speaking politely. You can be courteous by speaking to your audience with respect, avoid making assumptions about your listeners, always show as appreciation for your listeners' time and attention. The message should be very polite, sincere, enthusiastic, and reflective. Message must reflect your empathy to the receiver. Next is consideration. Consideration is very similar to courtesy. Consideration implies stepping into the shoes of others. Remember the golden rule. If you should be you should treat others the way you'd like to be treated in a situation. That is, you have to be in the shoes of the receiver and communicate the way you would like to be talked to. Treat others as you would like to be treated in a situation. Be considerate. Boost self-respect of others. Now, if you recall, I had given one example in my last episode where my colleague, a marketing officer, was using jargons while talking to his subordinate. He was not considerate enough to understand that the person cannot understand the jargons. His work was not done. Communication was improper. Message must consider the audience's viewpoints, background, mindset, education level, etc. Frame your sentences suiting the level of audience. I take you to another video which will make the things more clear. His boss was not considerate enough and he just made a flying statement about his overall personality, which is wrong. Next in line of seven C's of communication is completeness. We should not give communication in fragments, as we had seen in the funny video. He did not give the complete information, complete details about the article he wanted. He just gave some fragmented communication which made the shopkeeper perplexed. Do not hide a part of message. It gives wrong meaning. If you know the killing of Dronacharya, who could not be killed unless his son Ashwatthama was killed, and the communication given to him in the middle of battle was that Ashwatthama is killed. Ashwatthama, the elephant. This portion was hidden from the communication, and he got the wrong meaning that his son is killed, and that's how the Pandavas cheated him and killed him. So, giving half information may mean giving wrong information. Leaving out parts of a message may make it difficult for the audience to understand what your message is getting at. Say, for example, if you are in a college and your a lecturer tells you, write a short passage on data science and send me. Now, it leaves many things misunderstood or unexplained. Instead, if the communication was like this, I want you to write a 100 200 word short essay on the recent trends in data science. Submit it to me by end of this day. I need it for my blog. How the things get clear if the message is having completeness. Now, these are very important things which are needed for making the communication effective and getting your work done in the way you want it. I want to see you, I want you to see another video which is on completeness.
Lisa wants an appointment with the doctor. She calls the clinic. Hi, I wish to see the doctor tomorrow morning at 10. Okay, doctor will come. Token, please. Token? What for? Can you please write my name and give me an appointment? You need to come and get a token. Okay, thank you. Lisa arrives at the clinic sharp at 10 a.m. Please give me the token. I have come to see the doctor. You should have come by 8:30 a.m. to get the token if you wish to see the doctor.
See, this part was not
Lisa left the
communicated.
clinic muttering.
Incomplete
She didn't explain the
information.
process when I called. Lisa couldn't see the doctor because the doctor's office wasn't thorough in explaining the process of getting an appointment to see the doctor. Jane wants to go camping with her friends. She needed money from her dad to pay for the trip. Her dad was reading an incident involving 6 students who drowned while they were on a camping trip in the newspaper. Dad, I want to go camping with my friends. I need money to pay for the trip. Camping? No way! You're not going anywhere. Please, Dad. All my friends have already paid for it. No means no. Is that clear? Dad should have explained his fear for Jane's life, or inquired about the camping ground safety measures.
Another aspect where the dad did not give complete information and the child got a wrong impression about his dad's intentions. So these completeness is one of the very important aspect of effective communication. Next in line is correctness. You should be at the core of your communication is correctness. Whatever you are saying, you must say correctly, be it in grammar or be it the facts. At the core of correctness is proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Message must be grammatically correct and perfect, and mechanically the term correctness as applied to business messages also mean the characteristics which are as below. Use the right level of language. Check the accuracy of figures, facts. You should not be able to giving something very ambiguous and not correct. Maintain acceptable writing methods. So these are the important things for correctness where we should be able to use the communication in a way that your message reaches correctly to the audience. Next in line is concreteness. You must exhibit concreteness. You should be giving all hard facts in a way that nothing is left out. Your statement should be should have relevant facts, figures, and statistics. Don't be generic and vague, as was seen in the funny video. Now, I'll summarize all these seven C's in a short video so that your memory is refreshed and you are able to appreciate the seven C's of communication. Here it goes.
Welcome to MindTools video learning series. Whether it's writing an email, sending a report, chairing a meeting or giving a presentation, most of your working day will likely be spent communicating. So one of the best ways to boost your productivity is to communicate in the clearest, most effective way possible. A great tool for this is the 7 C's of communication, a 7-point checklist for delivering engaging and effective messages. The first of the 7 C's is to be clear. Ask yourself, what's the purpose of your message? If you're not sure, the person you're communicating with won't be either. Make your key messages stand out. Do this by minimizing the number of ideas you talk about in each sentence. One is ideal. You don't want people to have to read between the lines, as this could lead to misunderstandings. Second, be concise. Keep it brief. Avoid repetition and delete unnecessary adjectives and filler words like kind of or basically. Third, when your message is concrete, your audience will have a clear picture of what you're telling them. Detail is important, but not too much. Try to include some standout facts and make sure you have a laser-sharp focus on your key message. Next, be correct. Double check for mistakes. When your communications are error-free, they'll look professional and polished. When something's coherent, it's logical. It means that you've connected all of your points and made them relevant to the key topic. This will also help to keep the tone and flow of your message consistent. The 6th point on the checklist is complete. Supply your audience with all the information that it will need to make an informed decision or take action. If, for instance, you're sending a reminder about a meeting, be specific. Include details of the location, time, and purpose. And ask people to respond. Lastly, be courteous. This means having a friendly, open, and honest tone and avoiding hidden insults or a passive-aggressive tone. Always keep your audience viewpoint in mind and show that you empathize and understand its needs.
So, I try to cover as much as in detail about how to communicate effectively. The importance of communication, effective communication, is certainly the the basic need for influencing people in a positive way and motivating them. Now we'll be talking in future videos on the other topics of managing people, that is the other principles of people management, that is good listening capability, firm courage of conviction, ability to protect their people, ability to motivate people, ability to resolve conflicts, fairness and consistency in dealing people, respecting self-respect of others. Treat others as you wish to be treated. We'll be taking all these aspects in the upcoming videos, complete with examples, real life examples, so that the message goes through to you in a very efficient and effective manner. Believe me, if you are able to master all these principles, there is no way anybody can stop you from excelling in your workplace. Please wait for my future videos. In the meantime, in case you want to know, if you are curious to know more about this subject of workplace management, you can reach my book, which is selling on Amazon and Flipkart. This book is an eye opener to young budding managers and young entrepreneurs who have just passed out from the college and entering into the work field. This will give them lot of tips, lot of anchors which they can use when facing challenges in the workplace. This is a must read for young budding managers and entrepreneurs. Please do read it. Please wait for my next videos. I am very thankful to you for listening to me patiently and look forward to meeting you in my next videos. Thank you. Thank you very much.